someone has truly said, a mother's joy begins when new life is stirring inside, when a tiny heartbeat is heard for the very first time and a playful kick reminds her that she is never alone. Now, this particular shoot was done in 3 segments. First, being completely inside a hotel room to show the tender part of maternity. Second, being next to the pool outside of the hotel rooms in a more greener environment for a more casual and playful mood, but then again hidden from the world. And finally, the third segment in a public place to showcase like into the world mood, or more like, hey everyone, this kind of whole playful mood. If photographing creation and its creator is not the most powerful form of photography, then I'm really not sure what it is. It's tender, we gotta be careful at the same time merge our energies with the mother, because she has already handled enough in the past few months, and more tiresome process is only gonna make things needlessly worse. We all know how tiresome photography can be for the people, and as well as for the photographers too. Now, before I start, I'm really thankful to her sister, because she was of insane help of not just shooting behind the scenes, but also in helping all of us out in whatever we need. Now, shooting inside a hotel room is a tricky process because the space is quite confined, light is not that strong, so I was trying to use just one flashlight, and most of the time the natural light coming from that window, and I use that window quite cleverly to sometimes use it as a white backdrop, but at the same time I have to be careful that the light or the flash doesn't get reflected back and into the photograph, or it doesn't shines like a mirror. Now, we always have to remember that the focus of this whole maternity shoot is always the mother and her womb. So there will be some isolated shots of the mother and then few with the husband, and again I'm using flashlight to just make the perfect exposure between the room, the ambience, and the backlight coming from behind. And there are few, tried and tested shots where the husband is just behind or next, touching the belly, or, kissing a little bit on the forehead, the small kisses. Those are some tried and tested shots which we should never forget, so that our base shots are established. Now, bed is very important in indoor shoots because that is where all the magic happens. So we have to somehow integrate it, but at the same time we have to maintain that thin line between intimacy and this whole feeling of a father and a mother who is waiting for a child. Apart from that, there was this big mirror inside the room, so I thought, why not use this as a prop too, and this reflection shot came out absolutely amazing. Always remember, there are two ways we can take these shots: one where the focus is of the reflection, and another where the focus is on the people themselves. And then few solo photos of the mother, and I absolutely love these colors. The way I have edited them, it feels more of a vintage, at the same time modern look. The whole appeal, a soft, warm, buttery smooth feel to it. Guys, this is where you have to be really careful. Don't use anything which exceeds 9 volts or max to max even 12 volts. I would not suggest. How it would look if someone would see from the top. And then I'll be using more of a perspective shot, that how would a wife look towards her husband. So that's the perspective shot which I have tried here. These LED lights are USB powered, and that's the only reason I'm using them around this whole region. Otherwise, I really would not recommend to use anything which is electricity driven, at least if it's not 100% safe to use. So I'm using these rice lights to showcase a little bit more pop into the image, sometimes using it to lit the whole environment with multiple colors, the small balls, and that's sometimes using them as a bouquet balls to illuminate the whole look and feel of the image. And finally, to finish it off, since we know mother has to control a lot on her diet, and so we placed few of those snacks, things which she couldn't eat during her maternity, just to showcase the feeling that these things are not too far when she can start eating them again. Now this is the next segment where we go outside, and there was this beautiful, clean, maintained pool where we decided to take some of these shots. Now this adds a bit more casual look to it, because maternity does not have to be confined to a closed location inside a room. It is more dynamic these days. People go out, don't judge me here, I really don't know the exact figures, but I've seen people working around in the office in the early months. So this is more dynamic nature, that okay, we are still enjoying our life, our lives have not stopped completely, and that is why I am using this pool and this whole greenery around this region to create some beautiful photographs. Again, very important thing, if you don't have someone else to help, because it's a very risky thing around the pool, one can easily slip, and that is the last thing you ever want. And then finally we went out in an open park. Again, this is all pre-COVID in 2019, so you will not see people wearing masks. If you go out, try to maintain some distance and use precautionary measures. And if COVID is already over, guys, you didn't know what we all went through. So now we are using balloons, balls, soap bubbles, and even small clothes which would look literally wonderful for a child to play around, and some toys, because like I said it, we have to show a feeling of excitement that would come the moment the child would enter into this world, and that is where we use all those props. So this is where the Superman comes into picture, and like we are maintaining that playful mood here. And I will reiterate, her sister was really helpful in not just shooting these behind the scenes, but also helping all of us out for, movements or whatever help we needed. So I'm really thankful to her. So we are trying to bring out few of the emotions here, as you can see, with a different set of shoes: father, the upcoming child, and the mother. Now this is another kind of shot where we keep the people in background, more the objects, the props are in focus, and the background, the people are in blur. And finally, why not few of the pre-wedding style shoots? So after we are done with that, this very famous flowers flowing just below the umbrella shot, and this is where bird shot comes into picture, and it looks amazing. You cannot go wrong with this shot ever. It can be any type of shoot, can be pre-wedding, wedding, post-wedding, maternity, any kind of shot. You cannot go wrong in these segments. And finally, to finish it off, a shot with her sister and some of the aftermath. So this was really an amazing shoot. I really loved it. So if you have any more ideas, please drop them down in the comment section and forward these videos to anyone who is looking for maternity shoot. Any of the people around is pregnant and looking for next shoot very soon. So till then, see you again. See you soon, guys. Bye. Stay safe and stay happy.